Well, one of the biggest things they just introduced was a preview of iOS 6, which is the next-gen iPhone and iPad operating system. And one of the bigger things here is Siri, their voice-activated, I guess you could call her an assistant. She's getting smarter. Like, you're supposed to be able to ask her baseball scores and baseball stats, and she'll get back to you with real answers, which will be a big improvement over Siri today, because my experiences with her have been a little dreadful.
I never really understand the use of that, though. Is that when you're in your private space and you're talking to your phone? Because you're not going to do it out and about when you're in a hurry, are you? What's the thinking behind Siri?
Well, one of the things they're doing is they're making Siri hands-free. So you could basically ask her to launch an app, and she will. And they're also doing deals with car makers, so you can integrate her into the steering wheel. So Apple has pretty big plans for the Siri voice activation system.
Sorry, carry on.
I was going to say the other big thing they're doing with iOS is integrating Facebook. So your Facebook will be integrated with the iTunes Store, iOS, iMessage, and all that kind of thing. So it could drive Facebook usage pretty nicely.
And what about hardware and new hardware announcements? What do we get from that?
They refreshed the MacBook Air, which is their really thin, it's about as thin as a piece of paper, and their MacBook Pros. And the big thing there is they added a Retina display, which the short version is it's basically super high def. It's more than 5 million pixels, which to the average bear just means it's much more crisp and clear.
And in terms of the iPhone, everyone's very keen to find out when the latest one is coming out. But we're going to see that this year. If they're talking about the software, does that imply that the phone is out soon as well?
Yeah, typically the cadence is they introduce the software or at least some new features right around June. And then you'll see a new iPhone probably in the fall. Typically, they do it right before the Christmas season.
And is this enough to put it ahead of the new Samsung, do you think?
My guess is it will be. We only have rumors to go on right now, but the rumors that have been circulating is that the screen will be bigger and it'll be 4G, which right now the iPhone isn't 4G, and that's a pretty big handicap, at least in the U.S.